headed to way northern Kenya, a place called the Hurry Hills, for an on-field media production trip. We are flying to Marsabit, which is the last town before the desert in northern Kenya, and then our friends are picking us up and we're driving a few hours into the desert to get to the Hurry Hills.
We just arrived in Marsabit, making our way to Hurry Hills now. We just started our drive through the desert, and this is our next 3 hours. Our first full day here in the Hurry Hills. Right now we're getting ready to go see a sewing project that they have with the women here and to get some footage of that and some interviews done, and then we're going to see a few of the other ministries that they do here. We just finished up our first full day here. We spent this morning at a sewing project capturing footage, then we went to a clinic and got a whole bunch of footage, then we went to a radio tower to film some because they have this really cool radio ministry in northern Kenya that we're writing an article for. And then this afternoon/evening we spent a really long time talking with the whole team up here, hearing tons and tons of awesome stories and doing interviews. And now it's the end of the day and we're charging up all of our cameras and emptying off our SD cards. Today is our second day here in the Hurry Hills, and this morning we got to experience something super cool. This area has been in really severe drought for a long time, and this company/nonprofit called Genesis Waters has supplied a whole bunch of villages with water tanks. And each day this week they're delivering a water tank to a different village. So we got to go today and see them deliver the tank and how excited and happy all the people were. We got to take pictures and capture it and pray over the tank and pray for rains together, and it was really special. Then we went to chai at one of the houses. Some of their friends live in that village, so we got to go have chai. And then we have a lot more filming and stories to capture. Alright, so we haven't really filmed any behind the scenes things in quite a few days because we've been so busy. We've literally been waking up and then just going non-stop, capturing stories and filming and doing interviews and taking photos. And we go from right when we wake up all the way until we go to bed, and then we just crash because we're very tired and exhausted. So that's been our past few days, just going around the Hurry Hills, visiting villages with the team, capturing tons and tons of stories, sitting down and doing really great interviews. I've really enjoyed hearing all of the stories and seeing what they're doing up in the hills. So it's been super incredible, and I know that we're all very anxious to get back and start writing and editing videos and getting these stories out. So yesterday we drove here to Marsabit, which is the town with the airstrip. This time we took a different route back. We went through the Chalbi Desert. It was very unique. We drove through a part of the desert called the Oasis, which has a lot of underground water. And so there was actually tons of palm trees and regular trees and water holes for animals, and it was very green and lush. And then all of a sudden we drove past a few hills, and then it was just vast and sand and nothing. So that was very interesting to see. And then late yesterday afternoon, we arrived here in Marsabit, and this morning we are gonna fly home to Nairobi.